name is Mathieu. What's yours?
Jamie?
Colin.
Pardon?
Colin.
Enchanté. Donc, first question. You might disagree, it's okay.
Yeah.
Would you consider yourself a good person? You are careful not to cause unnecessary harm or suffering to others.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good. The first questions are quite easy, and it's gonna be harder.
Okay.
Would you say you are open-minded enough to question yourself and your action? Meaning, if you realize you are unintentionally contributing to an injustice, would you question your actions and try to make things better?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Perfect. Would you consider yourself a logical and consistent person? Do you say something and then do something else?
Not always.
Not always.
Yeah, not all the time, but
Okay.
most of the time.
You try to be as consistent
Yeah.
as
You
possible.
are, I would say.
Yeah, I'm more than she is.
Okay. Would you say it's a good thing to listen to science when there's a general scientific consensus on a topic? Let's say on smoking, it's bad for your health. Like
Yes.
we
Yeah.
should listen to science.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
maybe not just one study that said something, but when all the studies, perfect.
Yeah.
Would you say that the least one can do is to not encourage an injustice? So you could consider fighting an injustice, but the least you can do is not to contribute to it. Let's say racism, sexism, or all the injustices.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the least you could do.
Yeah.
At least, yeah.
Minimum.
Perfect. Would you agree that taking a life should be our last option and that we have the duty to consider alternatives first? Before killing a living being, if there is another options, we should consider not killing the living being and consider the other options.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
Let's
Yes.
say there is an injured animal. We're not sure if he's gonna survive, but
You should always consider other options before you choose death.
yes, of
Agree.
course. Perfect. Would you say it's an injustice to kill a living and sentient being who wants to live when there's no necessity? It goes quite in the same.
Who wants to live when there's
No necessity?
When there's no necessity to kill a living being, it's an injustice for the living being. Not if you kill it.
Yes. I'm not sure I understand the question. Give an example?
Let's say there's no necessity for me to kill a dog or an animal,
Yeah.
but I do it. It's an injustice for the animal.
Yeah.
yes.
Yes. Do you think that consuming animal products is a necessity for human health?
Ooh, that's hard.
That is a hard one.
I'm gonna say no.
It's a big it depends
Yeah.
On what?
on the availability of food.
Let's say on our society right now.
Again, it depends. For some people, yes. For some people, no.
Which people?
People who maybe,
Or let's say for you.
for me, it's probably not required.
Okay. Well, I've done tons of research on the topic, and there's currently a consensus that goes towards that idea that it's not a necessity. I have the research I can show you after. So, following that logic, if you don't see it as a necessity, would you say it's an injustice for the animal when they are being killed for a sandwich?
Probably.
I suppose following the logic we just went through, yes.
Yes, right?
Yeah.
Correct us.
So, are you maybe currently questioning some of your own habits right now?
I think we've been trying to eat less meat for a while now, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think if it's for sustenance, like hunting as a form of to survive, like some people who, like we know where you come from, they hunt
yeah.
because they're poor and it's a good form of sustenance for them. It's not expensive to have the deer and eat the whole deer. So I think in that case it's all right, but we don't hunt.
And we
So-
don't hunt out of necessity.
We don't hunt out of necessity, so I don't think it's necessary. And lots of people are vegan and survive, so yeah, it's obviously possible.
I haven't eaten meat in 10 years and I'm
Yeah, so
perfectly
people are,
healthy.
Like, by that logic, people are still there and they're alive and they're not dying at a faster rate than anyone else. It's probably the other way around, actually. So yeah.
As humans currently kill 150 billion animals every year when there's no real necessity. To me, it's the biggest injustice of all time.
Yeah.
When you consider their living condition and that they get their life taken away from them for no like real necessity. It's for convenience or taste buds or I don't know all the reason people have. But yeah, so if I were to give you some information, would you be open to look into it and maybe consider making changes and trying to make things better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
Sure, perfect. Thank you.
For sure.
So I'm gonna end the video. Thanks for
No
participating.
No,
It was
no problem.
really great.
Thank you. Yeah.
And yeah, I'm gonna show you some
sure.
articles.
Yeah.